When I was your age, we had challenges sending money to our parents at home. Nowadays, we parents of today, unasikia kasimu kanasema tu confirmed received so much money from ABCD. We had a lot of challenges. For example, I was working in Mandera. So you would send somebody, you would first of all go home, talk to your parents, tell them I'm going to send 1,000, I'm going to send 2,000 shillings. 1,500 will be used for buying a goat, and 500 use it the way you want. When you go back to Mandera, two things could happen. Say you send somebody to go and take the money home. Then he either takes the money home or he doesn't take the money home. From the tarmac to my home is 2.5 kilometers. So when somebody who worked with me in Mandera, alights from the bus, walks about 3 kilometers to our home, everybody in the whole area knows that my father is getting money. So later on, after the youth has left, there is a team that will come, because we Africans or we Kenyans, when you get money, the first thing is you go into a festive mood. So unanunua nyama, unanunua michele. So somebody will come because there is good food there. There is a second team where your father had borrowed money. So the fellow comes and I saw the youth who works with your son, and before you finish the money, I wanted you to refund my money which you had borrowed. There's a third group which would come, and they would say, I saw the boy who works with your son has come, so I know you have some money. I wanted to borrow something from you. I'll not talk about the fifth one because the intentions are not good. Now, the second option is that after telling your parents that you are going to send them 2,000, 1,500 to buy a goat, and 500 to use the way they want. That way, you'd come, let's say you have sent several people, and maybe you expect your parents to have bought 3 or 4 goats, and with the goats have matured, maybe you want to sell and buy a cow or a calf. So you go home and you find that your father tells you that nobody has come, nobody has been seen. What do? You make other arrangements and you go back to Mandera. The youths of those days were good, because you'd go back and they tell you, I'm sorry, I spent your money. Now for the 2,000 shillings, I'll be paying you 400 for the next 5 months. Those of us, I never worked in Nairobi, but those of us who worked in Nairobi, they used to wait for buses. You go on day 1 to see a bus driver. You give him money in an envelope. The bus goes from Nairobi to, say, Kampala. So you tell the bus driver, that is day 1 at 5 in the afternoon. Tell the driver, upon reaching Webuye, this and that shop, please do what? As you reach that place, give it to such and such a shop. Make sure that when you reach that place, when you are giving the money to the driver, don't seal the envelope. Don't seal the envelope. Open the envelope, show him the money, count with him. Because if you don't do that, in case the envelope is deliberately or otherwise lost, he would say that the envelope had nothing or did not have the amount you're saying. And when he reaches Webuye, he'll reach Webuye the following day at around 5 p.m. Day 2, hand over the envelope without sealing it. They'll count the money and he'll go to Kampala. Upon reaching Kampala at around midnight, he will sleep, and the following day he'll pass through the same shop where he will be given a bunch of banana to take to you. That is a confirmation that the money reached. 3 to 4 days is when you'll get information in Nairobi that whatever money you send has reached. Now, today, sending your parent money, it will take 3 or 4 seconds to know. That is the challenge we used to have. The buses which were plying in Nairobi, there was a bus which had 2 names. Either it was called OTC, standing for Overseas Transport Company, or East African Road Service. So that it was, you could either call it East African Road Service, or you'd call it OTC, Overseas Transport Company. This company had shares in Kenya Bus Service. But we had 2 bus stations. There was one where today they call it OTC stage, and there was the central bus station of the Kenya Bus that is still there even today. We had the buses like JJ family. There is a family whose initials were JJ. So that family owned a transport company, so we called it JJ Bus Service. And we had a company called Mawingo. Mawingo initially used to operate within Western area, but later extended. Now Mawingo, the Arab who started the company, wanted to call clouds, but instead of saying Mawingu, he said Mawingo. And then recently I was looking at my kids' books, and they were being taught about money order. I do not know why they were being taught about money order, because that is something that is obsolete. Money order used to happen like this. I fall into good money, and by good money I say 800 to maybe 1300. Then decide to send it to my father in Webuye. I'm in Mandera. Now you go to the post office, fill in the money order forms. There were 2. There was telegraphic money order, and there was the ordinary money order. Telegraphic money order, they would send a message that very same day to Webuye post office and say that give this so and so money. But telegraphic money order, we used to be very clever, because apart from your father knowing that you are the only person in Mandera, you could even use a nickname that the money is being sent to your father. You would write something that maybe in the family there is a nickname of yours since childhood, to give him a hint. But ordinary money order used to be sent like any other letter, and it goes slowly. And when it reaches the post office, most people who used to open the post office once a week. We had shopkeepers who used to open theirs daily, but these shopkeepers used to charge people. So you find at the shopkeeper's place, there is a list of people whose letters have come. When you go to collect the letter, you pay the shopkeeper something. But most people with the post office box used to open them once a week. Now when you open it after a week, you either get telegraphic money order, or you get an ordinary money order. That money will not be, well, first of all, the person will have to identify himself or herself as the person to get the money through the ID. Then he or she will be asked who has sent that. And if he or she cannot identify the person who has sent, then he or she does not get the money. Siku hizi mko na bahati, mnatutumia kidogo tu, confirmed, mpata pesa within 5 seconds. I thought the millennium should know that.